This happened about 4 years ago when I was 21. My best friend, Mia, and I were driving from Chicago to Florida for spring break. Neither of us had ever done a proper road trip before, and we thought it would be fun to take our time, stop at a few landmarks, and make a whole adventure out of it. We weren't reckless or anything, but we were a little overconfident about planning. We figured as long as we had gas, snacks, and music, we'd be fine. For the most part, we were. The first day was amazing. The weather was perfect, and the drive felt more like freedom than anything else. It was late on the second night when things started to get strange. We were somewhere in rural Alabama, surrounded by nothing but farmland and long stretches of forest. It was past midnight, and the highway had been completely empty for miles. That kind of emptiness is hard to explain unless you've experienced it. It doesn't just feel quiet, it feels wrong, like you've driven off the edge of the world. We'd been running low on gas, and the GPS showed a small town a few miles ahead with a 24-hour gas station. Relieved, Mia took the exit, and we followed a dark 2-lane road for about 10 minutes before reaching it. The gas station looked off. The building was old and half-lit, like only 1 or 2 bulbs were working inside. The pumps looked outdated too. But we didn't really have a choice. Mia pulled up while I got out to stretch my legs. There was only one other car parked nearby, an old beat-up sedan with its hood up, but no one in sight. I remember thinking that was weird, but before I could dwell on it, the door to the gas station creaked open. A man stepped outside, tall, with messy hair and a face I couldn't quite see in the dim light. He stood there watching us for a moment before calling out, "Need gas?" His tone wasn't friendly or unfriendly, just flat. Mia nodded and started fueling up. I told myself it was fine, but something about that man just stood there unsettled me. He didn't move, didn't go back inside, didn't offer to help. He just kept staring. When we finally finished, Mia went inside to pay. I stayed by the car, glancing around nervously. That's when I noticed it. In the dirt lot behind the station were 3 more cars old, rusty and stripped of parts, like they'd been abandoned there for years. Except 2 of them had out-of-state license plates. Plates from places far from Alabama, travelers like us. My chest tightened, and before I could process it, Mia came back out, walking briskly. She got into the car and muttered, "Let's go." Her tone was sharp enough that I didn't argue. She pulled out onto the road without another word. After a few minutes, I asked her what happened inside. She didn't answer right away. Finally, she said the man behind the counter had asked where we were headed, how long we'd be traveling, and whether anyone else knew our route. The questions were casual on the surface, but Mia said the guy wouldn't stop pressing, almost like he was taking notes. When Mia gave vague answers, the man just smiled and said, "Best be careful out there. People go missing on these roads." That was enough to rattle both of us. We followed the GPS back toward the highway, but something wasn't right. The road kept curving deeper into the woods. Mia swore she was following the directions exactly, but every turn seemed to drag us further from the interstate. The signal flickered and the map froze completely. We drove in silence, both of us tense, until headlights appeared suddenly in the rearview mirror. A vehicle was following us. At first we thought maybe it was just another traveler heading back to the highway. But the longer it tailed us, the clearer it became that it was deliberate. The truck behind us stayed close, too close, matching every turn we made. Mia whispered, "It's them." I didn't want to believe it, but deep down, I knew she was right. Whoever it was, they wanted us off that road. Mia slammed the accelerator and the U-turns began. Dirt flew behind us as we sped through back roads, trying to shake the headlights. After what felt like forever, we burst out of the trees and back onto the main highway. The truck slowed at the edge of the woods, then turned back without following. We didn't stop driving until we were hours away, running on adrenaline more than gas. Neither of us slept that night. We didn't even talk much until the next morning. All Mia said was, "We're never stopping in towns like that again." To this day, I don't know what would have happened if we trusted those directions or stayed any longer at that station. But I'll never forget the sight of those stripped cars behind it, sitting there like silent warnings we almost didn't heed.